is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Time right now is 4:27 here on a Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin with a story we've been following since yesterday afternoon. A car crashing into a West Side business, leaving a major hole inside of it. Thankfully, no one was hurt. You see this here happening. Yeah, that woman just crashing right in there, then fleeing from the scene.
Yeah, and the video of her fleeing the scene is pretty crazy. The owners here of the business trying to stop her, and she basically just walks off. And this happened at Midwest Games over on the west side around 3 o'clock yesterday. So police are still actively searching for this woman. Take a look at your screen. There she goes, leaving the scene. So we're going to have more details on that from our own Kelsey Anderson today.
Yes, and police do want to hear from you if you recognize that woman. Next, we continue to follow a new idea by Mayor Hogsett that is hoping to protect people who rent in Indianapolis.
So we get complaints a lot of times where someone is dealing with a bad landlord or just repairs that need to be fixed to their apartment or their rental home that their landlord just isn't taking care of, and they're living there and they just feel like they're stuck. So Mayor Hogsett is announcing this initiative. It's going to be sort of an assistance program for tenants and renters here in the Circle City to help them in those types of situations. We're going to break down what all of that means for you here on the show.
We're taking a turn now. Alyssa Donovan joining us. Alyssa, this morning's commute much better than yesterday.
Yes.
Not any fog in sight, thankfully.
Yeah, so we have a clear, at least the roads we're going to see clear today. That fog is not going to be an issue as you head out this morning. We're starting with cloudy skies, though. The good news is that is going to clear out as we head into the afternoon. You are going to notice, though, it's not going to be as warm as it was yesterday. Yesterday we were in the 50s. Today we're closer to where we should be this time of year, into the mid-30s. We have this northwesterly wind that's helping usher in this cool and dry air. We're going to have high pressure and control, which is why we are going to see that sunshine this afternoon. You are going to have to bundle up, though. Things are going to stay a little chilly tomorrow, and then we do have a wintry mix coming in late tomorrow, and that's going to impact us into Saturday as well. That's when we have the potential of some more rain in the forecast, and it's going to feel chilly today, but we have much colder air in the forecast over the next 7 days. As we head into next week, we have overnight lows into the teens,
which is seasonable for this time of year.
Closer to what we should be compared to what we've had.
All right, Alyssa, thank you.
So another story we have for you today, Rafael Sanchez is looking into this story where a person has a vision to make a monument to honor people in public service who are injured on the job. So we'll be talking a little bit more about this project, what they're hoping to do, and what this would mean for these people here that serve our community. That story plus news, weather, and traffic is coming right up here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Scary moments for customers inside of an Indianapolis business after this happened. How the owner is responding as police continue to search for the driver responsible.
And thieves are targeting multiple churches on the southwest side, what they're stealing, and how it's costing congregations thousands of dollars.
And Mayor Hogsett has announced a new initiative to protect tenants against bad landlords. How the new legal resources can help renters in need. 4:30 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey. Alyssa Donovan is with us here this morning, breaking down your forecast. And as we're saying, Alyssa, a much better outlook for the morning commute.
Yeah, so really a much better outlook for the entire day. We saw a lot more cloud coverage yesterday, but the big thing yesterday morning was all of that dense fog. The good news is we don't have any of that to start our morning today. We are starting with those temperatures in the 30s across the area, 32 degrees in Indianapolis. Pretty warm just off to the east. We're at 37 in Connorsville, 34 in Richmond. It's going to start feeling a little chillier, though, as we head through the morning. We are going to see this northwesterly wind pushing in as we head through the day, and that's going to make it really feel chilly outside. What's going on is we had that disturbance that moved through yesterday, brought us that cloud coverage, and then we are going to see high pressure build in throughout the day today. So starting with cloudy skies this morning, but then as we head into the noon hour, we'll start to see a lot more sunshine. That high pressure is taking control and clearing out those clouds. clouds. We'll see sunny skies by this afternoon. However, it's going to feel very chilly because of those northwesterly winds. So temperatures today, we're starting in the 30s and we're really staying in the 30s. We're not going to see a huge change throughout the day. We'll climb only into the low 30s this afternoon. As we head towards the weekend, we have more rain on the way and possibly some snow in there as well. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here's a look right now at traffic over on the west side. You can see the visibility so much better than yesterday. I-465 here and I-74. Traffic's moving along up to speed at this early hour. No issues to slow you down. So let's take a turn to the southeast side. This is a live picture at I-465, a view from Arlington Avenue. No crashes to report around the metro area. Of course, we'll keep our eyes on the roads throughout your morning, and we'll keep you updated on any crashes or delays.
A terrifying moment caught on camera this morning. Police still looking for the driver that crashed inside a business on the west side of Indianapolis at around 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Investigators say 4 people were inside Midwest Games on West Washington Street at the time. No one was hurt. Firefighters have released this video of the driver quickly walking away from the scene. The owner says he and others tried to stop the woman.
She showed no regards for the fact that I had kids in my store, and she didn't stop at all. Her only concern after hitting the building was going back and getting her purse to make sure that there was less info that she was at the scene. She left the car and totally just went off on foot.
Jeremy Steffens hopes to have his store back open by Friday. If you recognize the driver who hit the building, you are asked to call IMPD.
At 4:33, churches on the southwest side of Indianapolis are out thousands of dollars thanks to thieves looking to cash in on valuable metals. Westmore's Free Methodist Church and 3 other churches have been targeted since last summer. Westmore says 7 air conditioning units were stolen, a financial toll of $30,000. The church was hit again at the end of last year. The thieves stole more AC units and catalytic converters from church vehicles.
I'm saddened to hear that other churches have been targeted, but unfortunately not overly surprised.
Well, back in October, Chapel Hill United Methodist Church was also hit by a catalytic converter theft. Experts we spoke with say AC units and catalytic converters are valuable because of the valuable metals inside, like copper. The churches we spoke to say they're getting help through donations and talking to council members about cracking down on crime.
We're learning more about the conversation and the actions that led to the arrest and charges against the former president of Franklin College. According to court documents, Thomas Minor used a dating app to send sexually explicit messages to someone he thought was a 15-year-old boy, when in fact he was actually talking to an undercover police officer. Minor made plans to meet with the teen at a fast food restaurant in Wisconsin. He told detectives that he knew he was meeting up with a 15-year-old and that he was going to, quote, mentor him. Franklin College fired Minor Monday after he was arrested. Minor is now facing multiple charges, including child enticement and use of a computer to facilitate a child sex crime. He's scheduled to appear in court January 27th.
People renting homes and apartments in the Indianapolis area will soon have another way to deal with the bad landlords who refuse to fix terrible living conditions. Mayor Joe Hogsett, Fair Housing Center of Central Indiana, and Indiana Legal Services has announced a new tenant protection and legal assistance initiative. $250,000 will be used to increase resources for tenants dealing with an array of housing issues, including poor living conditions, eviction, and landlords who retaliate against their tenants.
We've got to start somewhere, and I appreciate the city for starting that effort. It's my hope that this will be a statewide movement and other cities will do something similar.
Well, the initiative will also require landlords to provide residents of a, quote, notice of tenant rights and responsibilities to make sure that renters are better informed of the laws that impact them. It's expected to go into effect sometime this spring.
A new Safe Haven baby box is set to be unveiled in Connorsville today. It's being placed at the Connorsville Fire Department on South Fountain Street. Under the Safe Haven law, a person can surrender a newborn 30 days old or younger into a baby box without fear of criminal prosecution. Money for the Connorsville box was raised by the Hope Center and others in the community. This will be the 24th baby box installed nationwide and the 20th in Indiana.
Construction is set to officially start later this month on another new apartment complex in downtown Indianapolis. Block 20 will be built on what's currently a parking lot on Northeast Street right next to the Athenaeum. $20 million mixed-use development will have 77 apartment units, a restaurant, and a parking garage. The main entrance to the building will also be an area for artwork.
Here they will have a chance to take in the displays of public art, meet for a meal, grab a drink at the Rathskeller, all while admiring one of the remaining jewels of the 19th century's Indianapolis architecture.
Construction is expected to continue into next year.
Big news for hundreds of temporary General Motors workers in Indiana and 6 other states. More than 1,300 temporary workers at 14 GM facilities, including Bedford and Fort Wayne, will get full-time positions before the end of March. GM said the workers will start at $21 to $24 an hour, depending on their seniority. They will also get improved health care, dental and vision benefits, company 401k contributions, and annual profit sharing checks. Eventually, they'll reach the top wage for a full-time production worker of $32 an hour.
It's been just over 1 year since Purdue superfan Tyler Trent passed away from a rare bone cancer. And when he died, he donated parts of his tumors for cancer research. And now Indiana University School of Medicine is ready to announce some results. IU has been using tumor models from Tyler's cells to improve cancer treatments. They plan to announce the latest on that research in a press conference this morning. Trent's parents will also be there to honor their son's memory. We'll have more details on that research announcement coming later today.
The Circle of Lights will be up a while longer after their removal was delayed again. They were supposed to be taken down last Saturday, but were pushed to this Saturday because of weather. It has since been set back again and is now scheduled for January 25th.
The impeachment investigation moving forward with the formal articles now in the hands of the Senate. Coming up, the new claims being made about President Trump pressuring Ukraine.
And scientists say they are still on high alert for a volcano to violently erupt in the Philippines. Still ahead, the damage already done by the very active volcano. Alyssa.
And we have a much clearer start to our day with very cold conditions in the forecast. More rain on the way as we head into the weekend as well. I'll break down everything you need to know coming up.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Welcome back. It is 4:41. Here is a live look right now. Your commute up on the north side, I-465 and Michigan Road. Traffic is quiet in this area. Traveling up to speed. We'll keep you updated on any issues.
The impeachment showdown gaining a lot of momentum. This morning, the Senate has the articles of impeachment against President Trump. An associate of the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, makes several claims in a new bombshell interview. ABC's Megan Tevrizian is in New York with the latest.
The formal articles of impeachment are now in the hands of the Senate after being hand-delivered by the 7 Democrats appointed to prosecute the case. President Trump maintaining it was all a hoax, even as new details emerge about his actions in Ukraine. In a new bombshell interview on MSNBC, an associate of President Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, says the president was in the loop when it came to pressuring Ukraine.
President Trump knew exactly what was going on. He was aware of all of my movements. I wouldn't do anything without the consent of Rudy Giuliani or the president.
Lev Parnas, a primary player in the impeachment, who is also facing indictment and more potential charges, is doubling down.
It was never about corruption. It was strictly about the Burisma, which included Hunter Biden and Joe Biden.
Parnas suggesting Vice President Pence and Attorney General Barr were also aware of the pressure campaign.
To my awareness, Trump called up and said to make sure Pence doesn't go there.
So you believe that Mr. Pence's trip to the inauguration was canceled because they didn't agree?
Oh, I know 100%.
To announce the investigations.
100%.
New evidence handed over by Parnas was made public by the House Intelligence Committee. Text messages, emails, and handwritten notes. On May 3rd of last year, Giuliani messaged Parnas on WhatsApp, quote, "Boy, I'm so powerful I can intimidate the entire Ukrainian government." When asked if he had any comment on the Parnas interview, Giuliani telling ABC News, "None. He's a very sad situation." This latest interview could put pressure on senators to demand new witnesses, possibly even Giuliani himself. Senators will be sworn in as jurors today in the impeachment trial, which is scheduled to begin on Tuesday. Megan Tevrizian, ABC News, New York.
The Trump administration is lifting the hold on the $8.2 billion in aid to Puerto Rico. That money was approved by Congress to help the island recover from Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. According to the administration, the funds were held in order to ensure it would be spent properly. The lift comes as Puerto Rico is also working to recover from a series of recent earthquakes. Lawmakers and Puerto Rican officials have been dismayed over the delay, accusing Trump of forgetting that Puerto Ricans are American citizens.
The Transportation Security Administration says it took a record high number of guns at airport checkpoints in 2019. TSA officers found more than 4,400 guns in carry-on bags or on passengers. That's up 5% from 2018. Officials say 87% of those guns were loaded. When flying, guns are supposed to be unloaded, packed in a hard-sided locked case, and taken to the airline check-in counter to be declared.
At 4:44, it's been 3 days since the tall volcano in the Philippines began spewing ash and lava against government warnings. Some residents are now returning to their homes to rescue their animals. As they arrived, they found many of their homes destroyed. Cell phone video here shows horses on the island, their fur coated in thick ash after the eruption. More than 400,000 people have been evacuated because of this volcano. Scientists say that they are still on high alert because they believe a violent eruption is possible within hours or days. Back here at home, pretty quiet morning. Alyssa, what can we expect in the forecast?
Yes, a big change from yesterday. We're just going to see some clear skies this morning in terms of any fog, a little bit of cloud coverage to start our day, though, and then it is going to be a little chillier outside as we head through our Thursday. Temperatures are starting in the 30s this morning, but we're actually going to see those drop off a little bit as we head through the morning. We'll be into the 20s by around 10 a.m. As we head through the day, we're starting with that cloud coverage. You can see that on our satellite and radar right now, and that's going to clear out as we head into the afternoon. We're starting with those temperatures a little cool this morning, and then we'll start to see those clear skies. High pressure is taking control today, so it is going to feel a little chillier as we see some sunshine this afternoon. That's also due to some cold air that's going to be moving in from the northwest. So we're starting with some calm winds this morning, and then we are going to see those wind gusts up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour as we head through the day, and the sustained winds about 15 miles per hour. That mixed with that high pressure building in from the north makes it feel like it's going to be a little chilly outside as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures will in the 30s, will drop off a little bit, and then we'll be into just the 30s for our afternoon. So a big change from yesterday. That sticks with us tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll start in the teens and low 20s across the area. That high pressure stays in control for the first half of our Friday, and then by Friday afternoon and evening, that's when we start to see some changes move in. We have this low pressure system that's just off to our west right now. That's continuing to build. That will start moving in late Friday and into our day on Saturday. As it moves in on Friday, we have the potential of a wintry mix, possibly some light snow accumulation with that system as well. Looks like that's going to happen late in the day on Friday, likely overnight, and then Saturday, that's when we're starting to switch to mostly rain with that system. We have the potential of rain throughout the day Saturday before things clear out on Sunday. So looking ahead to our weekend, Saturday, temperatures will be warmer. So we're in the 30s today and tomorrow. Then we warm up a little bit Saturday with that rain moving into the forecast. That rain will clear out on Sunday, and then we have much colder and drier air taking over Sunday and for the start of the work week. So Sunday, our highs are only into the 20s. Our morning lows are going to be in the teens, and that's where they'll stay for much of the work week. Today, however, we're starting with those cloudy skies. We'll see those clouds clear throughout the day. 34 degrees for our high, so much cooler than we were yesterday. We have this gusty northwesterly wind that's really going to make it feel chilly outside as we head into this afternoon. Staying cold tomorrow with that rain and snow mix moving in late, and then we have rain throughout the day expected Saturday. Temperatures back into the upper 40s before we drop way off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Those daytime highs only in the 20s, overnight lows in the teens.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Here's a live look right now on the Near East Side. Our camera here at I-70 near Rural Street and Keystone Avenue. Traffic's moving along just fine, both eastbound and westbound. No issues to slow you down. So let's take a look here at our traffic now map and plan out your drive times here from the northwest side. As you're heading southbound on I-65 this morning, you shouldn't run into any issues. It's a 17-minute commute, which is normal from I-865 in the dogleg to I-70 at the north split. Let's take it down to the west side, I-465 in Sam Jones Expressway. You can see quite a few headlights there on your screen. Traffic's already picking up at this early hour. No delays to report.
Pepsi says it's doing more to go green. The company announced it plans to use 100% renewable electricity for its operations in the U.S. That means products ranging from Lay's chips to drinks like Pepsi and Gatorade will be made using wind and solar solar power. As a result, Pepsi says it will be eliminating about 500,000 metric tons of emissions a year. The move is part of the company's overall goal to cut 20% of its greenhouse gases by 2030.
Whitney Houston and the Doobie Brothers are among those making it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. The Hall of Fame announced its 2020 inductees on Wednesday. They include Depeche Mode, 9 Inch Nails, the Notorious B.I.G., and T-Rex. Bands or performers can't be nominated until 25 years after their first album release. The 35th annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony will be held May 2nd in Cleveland, Ohio.
Chick-fil-A is offering its customers free chicken. The fast food chain announced that for the rest of the month, it's giving away free 8-piece nuggets nationwide. In order to get them, you have to create an account on the Chick-fil-A mobile app. If you already have an account, just log into the app and get the deal. You could also swap out the nuggets for an order of their new Kale Crunch Side. It's a blend of kale and green cabbage with a vinaigrette and almonds. The offer is open now through January 31st.
Sounds pretty good. Well, he has already walked a high wire over Niagara Falls, and so he's ready for his next challenge. After the break, how Nick Walenda is preparing to walk over an active volcano.
And major changes are coming to Franklin Township schools. New at 5, what the district is doing to reconfigure their schools starting next year. But first,
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, our continuing coverage of the first big trial of 2020, the Harvey Weinstein rape trial in New York City. We'll have live reports from our New York City studios, and jury selection continuing today, but Harvey Weinstein wants it to stop, and he wants to move the trial out of New York. Prospective jurors showing up today. We expect supermodel Gigi Hadid to make an appearance. She got the notice in the mail and is expected at the courthouse. We'll also be down in Florida for our continuing coverage of this case involving Donald Hartung, accused of the triple homicide of his own family members. That's today on Court TV.
Vinny, thanks. Don't forget you can watch the all-new Court TV live right on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. Time right now is 4:51. We'll be right back.
This is working for you.
It's 4:55. Here's a live look right now on the north side, I-465. A view here at Keystone Avenue. Still pretty quiet early this morning. We'll continue to keep our close eye on those roads.
Daredevil high wire artist Nick Walenda has announced his next big stunt. He's going to walk over an active volcano. Walenda plans to perform the 1,800-foot walk over Nicaragua's Messiah volcano on live TV this spring. He promoted the upcoming event on his Twitter, calling it the most dangerous walk yet. He also told Good Morning America that he'll be training blindfolded and with a gas mask to prepare for low visibility and the volcano's sulfuric gas there. Walenda previously successfully walked high wire over Niagara Falls in 2012. His walk over the volcano is scheduled to be held March 4th and will be broadcast live right here on RTV6. I could hardly read that. I was just so scared thinking about that.
I know. I'm like, what happens if he falls in? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Nestle Toll House is introducing 2 new flavors of edible cookie dough, Funfetti and Fudge Brownie Batter. Funfetti is like the classic sugar cookie dough with candy sprinkles. The Fudge Brownie is made special for chocolate lovers. Both are already on store shelves. The edible cookie dough has gained popularity since it can be enjoyed without the risk of salmonella. The original flavors, chocolate chip and peanut butter chocolate chip monster, are still available. I remember growing up thinking that cookie dough tasted so good, and my mom would say, oh, I wouldn't eat that because
maybe it's just one of those lies our mothers told us all those years.
Maybe,
so that you didn't eat all the cookie dough before she could bake the cookies.
Something, I don't know. It's so good.
All right, Alyssa. Also, not so good, but improved from yesterday morning is our morning weather. No fog in the forecast.
Yeah, so it's going to be a safer commute this morning. I know yesterday morning visibility was a huge issue. We do not have any fog out there today. We do have some cloud coverage this morning. Temperatures starting in the 30s. We're actually going to drop off a little bit through the morning into the 20s, and then highs today only in the 30s. We will see sunshine this afternoon. Rain, snow moves in late Friday. More rain on Saturday. Much colder next week.